Hello again. I'm here to talk more about the electoral reform referendum coming up soon. In particular, the misleading statements being made by, mostly from Andrew Wilkinson and the BC Liberals. Before I get to that, I'll take this opportunity to expand further on our party's position on the referendum and why we've chosen to remain neutral. The main reason is we have a large number of members that support keeping the current system and a large number that support changing it. And because we're a Big Tent conservative party, we respect those decisions because the referendum is and should be a non-partisan subject. So let's get to some of the main misleading statements coming from the BC Liberals. They are telling their supporters and British Columbians that voting to change the electoral system will allow extreme fringe parties to be elected and carry the balance of power, insinuating that this doesn't happen under the current system of first past the post. This is false and misleading. The truth is, extreme fringe parties have the same chance under the current system to be elected as they do in any system. However, there is a marker in place with PR known as the 5% threshold, something that Liberals do not expand on. Here's how that works.
To get any seats in the legislature under proportional representation, a party must reach at least 5% of the total party vote, or win an electoral riding.
The chances of what would be considered an extreme fringe party being elected are slim to none. The statements being made by BC Liberals and Bill Thielemann of the No BC Prop Rep Society are perfect examples of fear-mongering. Moving along, we come to a video released by BC Liberal MLA Sam Sullivan. The video in itself is well done and well narrated by Mr. Sullivan. However, the general message of the video is not only misleading, but disingenuous. It insinuates that changing the system means that parties and party bosses will be deciding who your MLA is and that it doesn't happen in our current system of first past the point. This is another mislead, and here's why.
MLA candidates are, for the most part, voted by members of their party's local riding association to become the candidate. This isn't always the case. There are times where party bosses will appoint a candidate without an election, even to the point of bringing in a candidate who doesn't live in the riding, known as a parachute candidate. This happens particularly if a party boss isn't elected in their home riding, and they know, by statistics, what riding is friendly to their party, not necessarily a particular candidate. This happens often at all three levels of government.
A great recent example of this comes from the BC Liberals. In 2013, then leader Christy Clark lost her riding of Vancouver Point Grey. The Liberal Party then had their MLA Ben Stewart step down in Kelowna West, causing a costly by-election in order to have Ms. Clark elected, telling the constituents who had just voted for Mr. Stewart that no, he's not your MLA, she will be, so vote her in. The reversal happened in 2017 when Ms. Clark not only stepped down as leader, but quit her riding as well, causing another by-election where Mr. Stewart ran again and won. So we have a BC Liberal MLA saying one thing, but the party doing the complete opposite. Not to mention that Mr. Sullivan advocated against first past the post in 2005. There are many words that can be used to describe that, but the most safest one to use on video is... Lastly, anytime you hear other countries being mentioned that aren't Commonwealth countries, such as Sweden or the Netherlands, know that you're being misled. These countries mentioned are not using any form of PR that is being voted on in this referendum. Westminster assemblies that currently use PR, primarily MMP, are Wales, Scotland, London, and New Zealand, none of which have any extreme fringe parties elected. Those are just some of the misleading statements from the BC Liberals we are hearing out there. Of course, there are many more. The walls of the hole that they have dug themselves at the legislature are permanently engraved with the marks of their desperate attempts to claw themselves back out. They will do and say anything, even to the point of fear-mongering. Again, I strongly encourage you to seek out as much nonpartisan information as you can. Elections BC has done a wonderful job at making it available to you at the link below. Thank you again for your time, BC, and take care.